What's the most expensive thing a human can wear? Is it a crown? A diamond necklace? A royal robe passed down for centuries? Or could it be a single dress? Today, we're not talking about fashion trends. We're not talking about red carpets or celebrities. We're talking about a dress so expensive that its value rivals luxury mansions, private islands, and rare works of art. A dress worth $30 million. This is the story of the Nightingale of Kuala Lumpur, the most expensive dress ever created. And this is not just a story about fabric and diamonds. This is a story about ambition, craftsmanship, wealth, and how far humans will go to turn beauty into legacy. For most of history, clothes were survival. Protection from cold. Protection from heat. A basic human need. But slowly, clothing became something else. It became identity, status, power. Kings wore robes to show authority. Queens wore jewels to display dominance. Royal families used clothing as a visual language. By the modern era, fashion evolved again. Now, clothes could be art. They could be investment pieces. They could be symbols of extreme wealth. The Nightingale of Kuala Lumpur exists at the very top of this evolution. It is not a dress you wear. It is a dress you possess. Behind every legendary creation, there is a human mind. The designer behind this masterpiece is Faisal Abdullah, a Malaysian fashion designer known for luxury couture. But this project was different from anything he had done before. This wasn't about pleasing a client. It wasn't about selling a collection. This was about making history. Faisal Abdullah set out with one clear intention: create a dress that the world has never seen before, in value, craftsmanship, and ambition. There was no budget limit. Only one rule: it must be unmatched. Why call it the Nightingale of Kuala Lumpur? The nightingale is not the loudest bird. It is not the biggest, but it is known for its rare beauty and unforgettable presence. Once you hear a nightingale sing, you never forget it. The dress was designed to have the same effect. Quiet luxury, controlled elegance, timeless beauty, not aggressive, not flashy, just undeniable. Designing a normal dress starts with sketches. Designing this dress started with a question: how do we support millions of dollars worth of diamonds on fabric? The design had to balance beauty, strength, movement, safety. The silhouette was carefully planned to distribute weight evenly. Too much pressure in one area could tear the fabric. This wasn't just fashion. It was physics. It was engineering. It was architecture in silk. Most people focus on the diamonds. But without the fabric, the diamonds are nothing. The dress is made from high-quality silk and taffeta, chosen for very specific reasons. Silk provides elegance and softness. Taffeta provides structure and strength. Together, they create a foundation capable of holding extreme value. Each stitch was done by hand. No machines. No shortcuts. Because one mistake could cost millions. Now we arrive at the heart of the story: the diamonds. Creating the dress required collaboration between fashion designers, diamond experts, jewelers, textile specialists. Each diamond had to be mounted securely without damaging the fabric. The team worked slowly, painfully slowly, because speed was the enemy. Precision was everything. Months passed, and finally, the dress was complete. Let's be clear. This price is not hype. It comes from real factors. Hundreds of rare diamonds. One 70-carat centerpiece. Custom one-of-one design. Hand craftsmanship. Onoru production. No commercial intent. This dress cannot be mass-produced. It cannot be replicated. It exists once. And only once. Here's something many people don't expect. This dress was never designed for everyday wear. It is closer to a museum artifact, a private collector's treasure, a historical object. Wearing it risks damage, and damage would destroy its legacy. So the dress remains protected, preserved, almost mythical. Could another dress ever surpass this? Maybe, but it would require even rarer stones, bigger diamonds, greater risk, and at some point, fashion reaches a limit. The Nightingale of Kuala Lumpur sits right at that edge, where clothing becomes art, where art becomes wealth, where wealth becomes history. The most expensive dress in the world is not expensive because it exists. It's expensive because of human ambition, skill, patience, vision. One dress, $30 million. One place in history, and nothing else like it will ever exist again. If you enjoy stories about rare luxury, extreme wealth, and legendary objects, subscribe and step deeper into the vault of the world's most expensive things.